calls from 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time using the data available at that time.
Let's go to Glenn in Massachusetts. Hey, Glenn, what's going on?
You know what is good for us is Tom O'Brien providing an unbiased source of information for us investors. You don't have an agenda. It's just to cut through everything and to give us the facts. I want to thank you.
Well, I appreciate it, man.
And now, here's Tom O'Brien.
Well, welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 2 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the Internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day out there, safe day out there. We are doing this show live today from a beautiful Boulder, Colorado. But today it's you can't see 10 feet in front of you, and it's raining out. But you know what? This town's a beautiful thing. Got to walk around it for about an hour and a half today, and it is an absolutely beautiful town. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We had the Dow up 80, Nasdaq up 31, S&P's up 14, gold contract up $14, trading out at $1,494 an ounce. Silver up $1.59 at $35.08. Platinum up $2, trading out at $1,769 an ounce. Copper up 10 pennies at $4.10 a pound. Light sweet crude, you talk about some nice volatility, pretty amazing. Up $2.77, trading out at $99.68. Bonds gave up 27 ticks. We are at 124.19 on the 30-year. Dollar index up 2 ticks at 75.56. Euros up 2 at 142.39, and the yen is up 27 ticks, trading out at 81.69. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them out here. What do we do? Bottom line, folks, what you have is this. The S&P is doing the B to C of an ABC structure down. We went up 11 points today. You do $870 million versus your $971. You're coming into the price point of May 4th, May 5th. In those particular areas, what we had is that on May 4th, you came in with $1.1 billion. On May 4th, rather, $1 billion. On May 5th, $1.1 billion, and you're coming into that with $883 million. So bottom line, what we have here is the B to C of an ABC structure down. That's on your S&P. We go to the Dow Industrials. You take a look at the Dow. Same type of setup on the way on the Dow. Dow is up $80. You came off those highs of 12,876. First leg down gets you into this 12,378. And bottom line is that coming into option expiration, you can get bounce a little bit more. But then what you're going to see is that you're going to see volume contract once again. Now, NASDAQ Composite. What we have with the composite is this. She's doing the same deal. Composite today did $1.8 billion versus $2.2 billion. And that is a big drop-off, no doubt. The first leg down is 28.87 into this 27.59 area. So you get about $1.30 A to B. Right now you're at the 28.15. This can get into 28.25 real easy. The Fed meetings minutes come out today. This is what's going on with the Fed. Okay, what the Fed's looking at is this, folks. So the way the QE2 worked is that bottom line is that it ends in June, and when I say ends, all it means is that they're not going to reinvest the proceeds from the principal of the purchases. Now, the real key is going to be, number one, and that's what the minutes were about, are they going to simultaneously actually sell the asset, or are they going to let the asset basically expire? I suspect, reading into this, it looks to me like they'll just let it expire. And what that means specifically is that as the bonds come due, they get paid on the bonds. They don't reinvest the capital. That's the first part. Second part inside of that, they're talking about they're going to raise short-term rates. You know, we'll see how and when they can basically get into raising rates. Why? Because, you get a weak economy. But the bottom line is that they gave the market a heads up that that's what's going to happen. Now, what's going to get interesting here is this, is that market strategists in general, and this goes right across all of Wall Street, want what? They want free money. So what you're going to start hearing out here is that, hold it, we need QE3. And it's going to be amazing watching this shake out, because the deal about needing QE3 is divergent on the deal. What they say is that, no, we got to get the deficit under control. But this is all about me and all about Wall Street. So you're going to see this this communication between Wall Street and Main Street is just starting, folks. You know, I suspect that these assets are going to get sold, and they're going to let it die. And if that's the case, what you're going to see is that the banks that they want to be the banks that the Fed is protecting at this particular point are in good enough shape to do that. And because as the rates go up, the banks will actually make more money. That's what it comes down to. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. We go take a look at Staples. Staples blew apart out here today. You talk about a downdraft. Yesterday what you had Hewitt-Packard come back to the May 09 level. Well, bottom line, line them up, baby, because what you have, Staples did the same thing today. Staples was $19 yesterday, was $23, basically at the beginning of the year. It's traded down at $16 right now. $16 not only brings it back to May, it brings it back to November of 08, and that's the highs. We'll see if that's going to pound into the lows, but on a shorter-term basis, it absolutely looks like it not only wants to pound into those lows. This was a monster. The A point on this is 23. Your B is 19. You get $4. It hit the ABC structure on the way down today, and it blew away volume. You get 662 million shares. You get 62 million shares. What that is saying is that, number one, you're going to have to get a test first. Number two, it's real possible that this thing can go not only lower, but a lot lower. So that in itself was a big heads up. We go take a look at the Netflix out here, NFLX. Netflix has been doing out here. This is up $5, and this little baby is starting to die on the vine as it gets higher. We've been in a consolidation. Now, this has been in a consolidation for quite a while. You will go back over to February 1st. That's where it started. You came off a high, and you came off that high with 15 million. You're going back up, testing that high with 4 million. Now, I expect Netflix to get a little bit higher, but the way that is set up right now, it looks to me that it wants to get up there, hit those highs in light of volume, and come right back down the other side. We take a look at some of the high-volume stocks we had out here today. This is what we had. You had Tiger Corporation. They come out with numbers. That was down 82 cents. You had GE up 17. Hewitt-Packard was down another 42. Intel was up 33. We had the Freeport-McMoran up $1.79. We go over to the gold market, what we had with gold out here. Gold still in a consolidation. Looks like it's building cause to get into lower price. The reason for that is that you were up $14 today, but what you have is this. The initial downdraft was on the 5th of May. We came down to 334 million. Yesterday, you tested that with 190 million. This is 190 million contracts. Today, what happened? You had 133,000 contracts. 190,000 contracts. Yesterday, today, 133. That's it, and you're going to be right back down to the other side. And that other side is the 1471. And, of course, what it's all about here is the good old U.S. dollar. We go take a look at the dollar. Dollar refuses to get to lower price. It's building cause. The cause it's building right out here is to get into this 80 price point. First acceleration off the bottom went from 73 all the way up to the 76. You basically went sideways today. You're backing into the day of strength, and you're backing into that day of strength with 31,000 contracts versus 66,000 contracts. That's a good number. Dell came out with numbers last night, and the way Dell was trading out here today, Dell was up 85 cents, hit a high, hit the $16.96, have some juice behind it. That is just finishing an ABC structure on the way up that when it broke topside on that February 16th time frame. Caterpillar, which was getting smoked yesterday, that had a little juice inside it today, but that was up $3 at 105. That's a counter-trend bounce. We did 9 million shares today versus coming downtown yesterday of the 19 million. I suspect what you'll see that a little bit higher. That can get into the 108 area or 105 right now. Option expiration, you can. We're going to have a few more days of high volatility, no doubt. Oil, you talk about volatility today in oil. Oil is absolutely wild. Oil goes for a price point today, folks. $97 with a low, 97.46, high 199. Right now we're trading out there at 99.73. What oil also is building cause for lower price. So watch this, baby. This is the commodity structure in general, folks. This is what it's doing. First leg down, the 5th of May again. You came down at 670,000 contracts. Then we came down the 12th on 523,000. We went up on 368,000. We came down yesterday on 399, and when you're up today, it couldn't hold the price at 263. That's building cause to get into lower price. That's the way that is set up. Bonds, the 30-year bond out here, this little baby, we were talking about this yesterday, setting up that Tiger Gottlieb. The actual number we were looking for was the 126.11. It gets to 125.27. It pulls back today on the 347,000 contracts. What I expect you're going to see here on this one is that this can get down now to about the 123.22, and we'll see whether it breaks it. I suspect it's going to be pretty hard to break that the first time. It'll probably reach back up there, get into that 126 area. We'll see how that plays out. But what you did, no doubt, as the market was basically going higher, your bonds were going lower, dollar was going higher. Silver. Let's go over to the silver market. What you have with silver, that first leg down on silver, of course, was vicious, and silver is in big trouble. What silver has done, it comes off the highs, does it with 195,000 contracts. We got to a lower low yesterday with 149,000. Not yesterday, rather, the 12th. Comes down yesterday and tested with 81, and then today it can only do 70,000 on the way up. Silver is basically building cause. The cause it's building is trying to get into this $26, $27 area, and that, no doubt, that is a big number when you're looking downtown. We go take a look at the XLF, the financial business out there. Financials were up 7 cents today. Yesterday you had a little counter-trend bounce, and that's all that's happening with those babies out here today. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. Our phone number is 877